Greetings and salutations, race fans, motorsport lovers, and others. Welcome to the final day of the 2015 Simola Hillclimb, the 15th running of this magnificent event. Today we celebrate the loud, the fast, and the spectacular. In the final day, one warm-up, 3 more qualifying runs, and then we go into class finals, and the probably highlight of my year is the crowning of the 3 Kings of the Hill in road cars, single-seaters, and the modified saloons, the monsters of the hill. It's a quietish track for now. We're about to get underway with warm-ups. Before we do that, let's just go for a short walk down the pit lane and start seeing some of the loud. We have a full commentary team today, led by Sasha Montenegro in the box. We'll go to him shortly. I'm Colin Hasty. These are the heroes that we have. The sad news, we'll break that to you straight away, is that Robbie Walk won't be running in the Gould. They had a sensor that wasn't censoring. We've got the single-seaters, and then the loud, the fast, the bewinged, the crazy monsters of the hill. I'll run through some names. Zili, Rutz, Joubert, Scribanti, Johan Kristoffersson in the magnificent WRX car. But for now, let's go back to the studio. Sasha, take it away as the cars start their runs up the hill.
Stunning day. Thank you very much, Colin. Welcome to everybody. It is the 15th running of the Simola Hillclimb, and sitting next to me I have the fabulous Clifford Ogle. We found his surname. And sitting on the far side, Ciro Di Siena will be looking after you through all of today's coverage. We've got 1 warm-up, as mentioned. We've got 3 more qualifyings, and then, of course, it is all about the King of the Hill. Sad news about Robbie Walk. If you're just joining us for the first time, something wasn't censoring, and also Andre Bezuidenhout's car, his engine still being repaired. So that is on the downside. On the upside, though, Clifford, is all of a sudden that King of the Hill title is going to be the likes of Peter Zili, the likes of the Jouberts, the likes of Rutz, the likes of Scribantes, all of them. Everyone has got a big shot.
Yeah, it's completely open right now. So now, if you were a betting man, you've got to be willing to take some risks, because it's anyone's guess on how this is going to go. We know that some of the guys are playing games and maybe sandbagging and maybe playing mental warfare on their opponents. So I have no idea which way it's going to go, but so far, if you look at how it's going, it's like a symphony, and note for note it's coming together. But we're in for a banger of a day. I can't wait. It is
C for serious, Chiro. And I mean, yesterday we saw some electric times. And the guys are really getting into a mood, walking up and down the pit lane. Their faces are not as jovial as yesterday. It's this is where it all matters. And you've got 4 chances this morning. One is a warm-up, and then the 3 qualies to get that marker down.
No, this morning is a game face. I had to put mine on as I attempted to get up into the parking lot and not get stuck again. So that was my challenge for the day. But no, it's serious today. And one of the beautiful things about this competition is how seriously the campaign is taken, and their teams, and how much preparation they put into their cars. I mean, Ian Shrosby, I think we're already on action, so I'll stop talking now. But it's a year-round preparation for this track, both in the pits and on the hill. In the first car, Daniel Rowe, Volkswagen Polo 8 Golf 8R engine. This is a development mule run by him and Jonathan Machotsi.
Yeah, and Jonathan Machotsi going to go out on the track later, but Johan Kristoffersson, hopefully we'll cross over to him shortly. Of course, the 7 times WRX champion. He's in the WRX electric vehicle, and I was talking to his engineers earlier. Hopefully they're going to break the 40-second mark. That is their target for this King of the Hill.
Peter Solberg ran, I think his fastest was a 40.2, lost the record routes by 5th of a hundred.
Whoa, that is Kristoffersson. Look at the way he drives. It's just magnificent.
You need to put
He's
windscreen
just sideways.
You need to put windscreen wipers on his side windows.
Oh, and he breaks the 40.
line. There we go. First run of the day.
Oh, man. Okay, well, there we go. Break the 40. 39.978. Unbelievable from Johan Kristoffersson. The way he can control a car is crazy. And hopefully we'll have him in the studio after qualifying 4.
Mr. Rodrigo de Oliveira, the founder, operator of the world's largest hill climb channel, is going to be joining us very, very shortly from Portugal. We wish he was joining us from inside the commentary box, but maybe next year. He unfortunately hasn't been particularly well, but he's recovered fully as the flag gets thrown on a Porsche 718 Cayman.
Here we go. Diane Padayachi out on track. It is a warm-up, but I think Kristoffersson, Clifford, will be delighted with that time.
So, as I mentioned before, the guys are playing games. I mean, obviously he had time in him because I'd say the conditions are less than ideal for how the day is going to play out, and already we're under the 40s. And we were chatting about it earlier, saying we hope that he can do it, and I mean, with ease, he's done it now in the first session.
Yeah, wonderful. Sean McCain, the Porsche GT3, on their warm-up runs. Make sure that all of the temperatures are perfect and great. Track will be still pretty cold.
It is cold, yeah.
So very impressive times. 45.8 from Daniel Rowe. Kristoffersson 39.9. That is what we came to see. Diane Padayachi just crossing over the line. We're going to check out his splits in a short while. One of the BMWs. Also, we have a multitude of cameras out on the track today. We'll get the speed cop as well. We've got that. We've got the jib. We've got the drone, especially for Chiro.
Two drones.
Two drones. So it's all happening
Our
today.
racing drone can clock over 200 k's an hour, and they've managed to get the live broadcast feed from both the racing drone and the big DJI Inspire. And there goes Ridwan Bauer, head of the largest BMW club in South Africa, in his wife's daily driver. That is literally their school run car. And here it goes up the Simola Hill.
Rather pedestrian.
Yeah,
but then it is a warm-up.
He's had massive electronics problems. They actually they flew in a park from Cape Town last night to get the car back up on the hill. So that's his first decent run up the hill. Audi R8 V10 had a lovely chat with that gent last night. This is his 9th Simola. He's having a lot of fun.
Now we have a gaggle of Shelbys that are coming out. At the moment, we've got Vinesh Padayachi. He's out on circuit, 160 kilometers through the speed trap, and during the course of this morning, I promise you, we will show you where that speed. It's actually a proper cop. It's a cop.
You mean it's like manned by a...
It's a cop.
The camera's manned by a policeman.
So, I mean, listen, I don't know what fines people are going to get. This is a public road.
Look, I need to go talk to him because the last time I was in nothing. Anyway. So this is the Mustang that went off-roading yesterday and has lived to fight another day. I met the driver last night. He said his telemetry was showing that he was turning too early into turn 3. So he was trying to hang it in a bit later, apex a bit later, outbraked himself, and then managed to avoid the BP signs on the tires on the outside of the track. So well held, save of the day, probably save of the year, I would say, gents.
All right, let me shatter everything at the moment. Kristoffersson's time deleted. Track limits turn 1.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we know at least he's got a sub 40 in him now. Just has to avoid the policeman pool noodles. And I'm sure he's going to get into a 38. I stand to correct myself, guys. Solberg ran a 41.281, but that was a 2016 WRX car. This is a 2023 WRX E car with 500 kilowatts. So it's going to be interesting.
Page lead, Lindenberg out on circuit as a 53.7. Paul Malachi did a 59.5, and Joshua O'Callaghan, Garth McIntosh in the magnificent McLaren 720. Out on track, also a daily driver. Drives from Cape Town, races up the hill, drives home. Wonderful. As you do, Clifford.
Absolutely. If I'm fitting the bill, I'm driving it everywhere, even to the dam for fishing.
Okay.
That's brave.
Hillclimb monsters, Rodrigo de Oliveira. Are you as excited as you can hear we are?
Oh, for sure. Count me in for the excitement, because this is going to be a great last day. Finals arriving. We saw just how crazy everything was on the first day. We'll just ramp it up from here, and we hope everyone around the world joins. My audience certainly is coming along, and we will just spread the Simola world far and wide.
Rodrigo, I think it's only fair that amongst the four of us, we lay down a prediction as to who we think will be King of the Hill. Unfortunately, if you haven't heard the news, and I'm sure you have, Robert Walk is not going to be partaking. So, you know, the likes of the Zeelies, the Scribante, anybody out there could go for King of the Hill. So everyone's got to make a prediction, okay? I am going to start it off, and I am going to say Franco Scribante 37.9. That's me.
That's a good prediction. I'm going to go the other way so we have a bit of rivalry here. I'm going to go Reggie Roots 37.8.5 or 37.85.
Okay. Giro?
The Lotuses are up there. Can never count out the world's fastest chartered accountant, Peter Zeely. We've got, of course, Scribante and the Sheriff. And, wow, let's just say I think it's going to be very, very close to the top. I also think we're going to see records fall today. Gutted about Robbie Volk, because I think he had it in him and in the car to beat the all-time record set by Andre Bezuidenhout, the world's fastest advocate, in the Gould as well, with a 34.161, and I think was Volk yesterday in the 35s.
He was in the 35s.
So he was already there. He was knocking on the door of the all-time lap record, which sees an average of 205 kilometers an hour. So I'm being told, choose one. I am going to go Peter Zeely with a 37.2.
Okay, 37.2. Rodrigo, now you are on the spot.
No, I am going Peter Zeely too with a 37, either 0.7 or 0.8.
37.7 or 0.8.
Sasha's making notes. This is serious, guys.
I'm making notes here. I probably won't be able to read them because my handwriting is more like a doctor's
What
than
are
anybody
you
else.
betting here?
Guys, Ashley Oldfield had a chat with him last night. He's gutted. He does not like going slowly. So he reckons that this car gives him 20 seconds of full power, full beans, right? His first sector is the same time as Clint Weston in the Monster GT63. But then he gets to the hill, the car starts reining him in. He wants to be at about 180 through the S's, with at least 170. With his foot flat, the car is topping out at 135, the MG. And they phoned China, and China said, we can't help you. So
that's the limit of the car.
We think that the MG is potentially being hamstrung by its own electronics and might not be able to go for the record, which was almost certainly going to fall.
Well, sorry, Ashley.
But let's see.
Yeah, 20 seconds. Well, yeah, unfortunately, the hill is a little longer than 20 seconds.
Anyone can make it
Guy
work.
Davies at the bottom of your screen, and of course with a purpose-built Porsche for him because he had a spine injury years ago, and we'll get Guy Davies. I'm sure we'll have a chat, or Colin will have a chat with him a little bit later. If you missed the chat with him yesterday, just an inspiration to everybody, just showing that anything is possible. So driving completely with his hands.
It's incredible. Although when he did take us through the car, the pedals are still active, so his wife can use it should he give her the opportunity, but preferably not.
Pit Porchita and the Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio. And I was chatting to him this morning. He said, Sasha, I'm going in race mode. So I said, go for it, Pit. Come on. You can do it. Wonderful guy as well. And that's race mode because we're not seeing the blinkers going on. Oh, the stunning M2.
So far we've got the sideways Clint Weston at the top of the timesheets with a 44.04. So, yeah, Mercedes on the top for now, which is good to see. What a beautiful looking car that is as well.
Oh, that's a little squirrely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clint Weston, he'll be trying to beat JP van der Valt's time, which was set last year, 42.5 in the Porsche Turbo, 911 Turbo. So that's going to be a great fight to watch during the course of this morning. Rodrigo, it all comes down to being just as focused as possible. This is a warm-up run. Of course, the track will get warmer and warmer. Sad about Robbie Walk, but it does sort of spice everything else up.
It creates a new situation here, I think, for Simola, where the overall winner will be the fastest modified saloon. So sort of plays into my audience a bit, because we focus on the modified saloons mostly. So the overall winner, it's a takes it all situation where all the glory will be for the fastest car. It's a titanic battle that we are envisioning here, and track conditions will certainly play a part. But if yesterday it was a sign of things to come, then we are expecting a great day with great tarmac, great conditions, not that many crashes or mechanical issues. Fingers crossed for that. We can never predict that to any extent, but the foundation is laid, and we're just here to enjoy it.
Very much so. Let's cross over to Colin. He's actually in pit lane with the 7 times World Rallycross champion, Johan Kristoffersson.
Johan, welcome to the hill. You having fun?
Yeah, very much. Really enjoyed to be here. Great atmosphere. Early morning now on Sunday, but already got a run in. So, yeah, good start of the day.
And that was a really quick run. I mean, got cancelled because of hitting the noodle. What did you find? Did you up the voltage?
Yeah, no, we haven't, but we've tried to tweak the car a little bit. I had consistently low 40s yesterday, but never managed to go to the 39. So yeah, we tried a few things this morning. So car was handling a bit better, as much better that I actually caught the first noodle in the first corner as the car was turning so good. So yeah, just have to try and find that little bit better rhythm in the driving. I was experimenting a lot yesterday with the track, trying to find the limit in every corner. So hopefully we can stay consistently under 40 today.
We love that, experimenting with the different lines and the sideways. The entertainment value is absolutely huge. Being inside the car, it must be fun for you as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this car it has so much power that you can really, you can be sideways in every corner if you like, even though it's not the fastest way. But yeah, yesterday I experimented quite a lot in some of the corners, and when you're in the car you don't think about it much. But when I was looking at the videos afterward yesterday night, and I saw I was opposite lock across the finish line at 190 kph, then you realize, like, okay, maybe that was a bit over the limit. But when you're in the car, it feels so fine.
I love it. Talking about feel with the electric petrol, what's it like?
Yeah, it's very different. I mean, we all love petrol cars, loud and noisy, and you know the petrol is in our blood since I was born. So, but yeah, the electric it's a different challenge, and you know, when I'm competing, I'm trying to focus on the competition, try to maximize the package you have, and then you don't really think about it that much. Sometimes it can be difficult with the electric when you don't have the gears, you don't really get the speed difference you don't hear the engine, you don't know what gear you're in for that particular corner. Here it's just, pretty quiet, and all the speed you get is from your vision. So it's difficult sometimes to adjust the speed. But yeah, it's really fast off the line. But yeah, petrol is the petrol. That's just how it is.
I love it. I had to admit it. Thank you very much, Johan. And you're going to join the guys in the studio a little bit later. Absolute privilege chatting to you, and thanks for the entertainment. Keep it up. The more sideways, the better.
Yeah, maybe I should do one run just to entertain. We'll see.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love that. Petrol is better. One run to entertain. Let's see what happens. Back to you in the box.
Oh, amazing. Just what a privilege to have Johan Kristoffersson here. I was fortunate enough to watch him at when he raced WRX in Cape Town a couple of years ago.
Yes.
I mean, what a talent this guy is. And just watching him go up this hill is fantastic. Now we can hear some pops and bangs. At the moment, we've got a Ford ST on our screens. And here is the first of the proper monsters, Subaru.
Darth Vader.
Anton Cronier. From one extreme to the other, Anton Grenier in the Subaru, and then probably the most brutal truck you can ever see, that Nissan Patrol underneath.
I wonder if when that patrol goes over the bumps on the main straight that it helps smooth them out a little bit.
It's probably got enough weight for it as well. Okay, this is a guy to watch out today. Lee Thompson.
I think he was my driver of the day yesterday. What do you think, Rodrigo? Oh, and sorry. Sorry, Lee, I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, we've got the swear jar.
I'm the first person.
You are first in there. Rodrigo Lee Thompson didn't had a couple of little issues early on, but really turned up the wick. 223 through the speed trap. He's a guy, a dark horse for King of the Hill.
He is, and he was someone I was very eager to see tackling Simola in full force without any of the issues that we saw him having last year or even in the beginning of yesterday. So I'm very glad we can see the potential of this Polo with the K24 turbo engine being displayed in all its glory.
I tell you, that is super impressive from Lee Thompson. Goes top of the time. She's 40.5.
Yeah, it's his faster time of the weekend so far.
Yeah. Yes. Tariq Sitzman.
This Lotus that started now was the mystery of yesterday, because I had no idea about the car, as informed as I tried to be, and we found out that it has a Volkswagen engine inside, the 2-liter turbo. We still have to discover more of its stats, but it is fighting for a top 10 spot and very much well placed. So keep an eye on it, and whoever knows more about it, please inform us.
Yes, please do. We'll also try and get Colin maybe to find Tariq and get some more information on this engine. We have a whole host of Lotus cars out there with all different engines, from Hondas to Ferraris to VWs. Lots of pops and bangs. I'm so excited.
Rodrigo, those massive bangs from the skylines, is that the anti-lag?
Can be the two-step, can be a lot of things. Those RB engines, they do tend to pop and bang a lot, but even depending on the type of anti-lag system they have, but normally they don't even need the anti-lag that much. The two-step, normally it's the way to go for the real pops and bangs. For example, what you hear on the Van Zumeren cars, which are very much known for that.
You've got to feel it one day from inside the commentary box, Rodrigo. Sounds like a good
Oh yeah, next year.
Yeah,
next year.
Here we go.
I am not missing.
Yeah. Rodrigo, you are recorded, and we're going to send it to you every single month so that you don't miss out joining us. Mike Verrier in the Z4. A little earlier we saw Farouk Dangor up there, and he was explaining to us a little earlier that he's got a misfire going through just before the hill, and then all of a sudden then it comes good.
Yeah, apparently it's a problem that's affecting through the first 3 gears, but he says to us that either way he's going for the finish, and he's going to stay as smooth as he can be on the course. But let's hope they can. Oh no!
Oh, that is massive.
That's a casualty of the bumps.
that is a
Peter Hubert.
that is a huge crash. It's going to be red flagged.
That is probably the top speed of the course points as well.
It is, yeah.
It is.
Exactly that. But that's like you said, rolling bumps, grip, no grip,
Yeah.
and then a lot of grip.
He just totally lost contact with the ground and speared off the road. We will, of course, wait until Peter is confirmed okay before we go back to any footage of the accident.
Yeah, and, we saw Darby actually just stop to go and check. Let's, of course, we'll keep you updated. Session, I'm sure now, is going to be red flagged.
That car does have a full roll cage, if I'm not mistaken. So, should have been protected in the accident. I suspect the car will come off second best. That is the SLS 63 engine Lotus built by Quinton Boylan, who certainly knows what he's doing. So, we sit and we wait for news of Peter Hubert as Charles sits on the start line, and I imagine we are going to see a red flag.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That was a
Nasty
big one.
accident.
Well, you know when you buy an F1 ticket, Sasha, have you seen on the back, the first line in the disclaimer says motorsport is dangerous?
Yeah.
That's actually what it says on an F1 ticket, and I suppose that's the joy and the beauty of the sport, but also potentially the risks as well, and we all know it well, and that's why we love the sport. But you just want to make sure the safety measures are in place. The scrutineering does that. There's absolutely no shortcuts when you come to Simola in terms of safety.
Yeah, we'll just wait for some updates from race control. A very, very unpleasant situation. Hopefully everything is going to be okay. Just going through, looking at our timesheets at present. Lee Thompson, the fastest. Anton Cronier in second. Cashin Naika. Third, Clint Weston in the Mercedes GT63 SE. In fourth, Mike Verrier in the Z4. Owen Bridger, Daniel Rowe, Courtney Nickel, Cristiano Verolini, and Martin van Zumeren. Those are our top 10 at present. An eerie silence. No one likes to see incidents or accidents in any form of motorsport, and we just hope that everyone is okay.
Yeah, we're just waiting in anticipation now. I mean, we've gotten through 39 competitors at the moment, so obviously there were still some fast guys to come out, but yeah, we'll wait and see what race control and how they handle the situation. Obviously medic concern is first priority, and then obviously the organisers will get up and running with the schedule. But so far this weekend, I mean, with the iffy weather we've had on Friday and how things have run, it's run really, really well. I mean, we've only really lost one session, which was yesterday with the oil spill.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been well organised, well run. Everyone's been on point. So we just hope that we can continue moving forward and get the day underway once everything is under control.
It's watching on your screen. There's Craig Zank's Lotus, and I was chatting to him earlier, and he was saying to me those bumps where that incident has occurred now. He says there are times when he's actually stiffened his suspension completely, because they softened the suspension yesterday to try and see whether or not that would actually help the car. And he says going over those bumps with the soft suspension, the car actually was moving from side to side. He said you had battle to control to keep the car in a straight line. That's why they've gone for a straight stiff suspension, just to actually just try and straight line it. He says they are very, very severe.
Rodrigo, judging by that, what is your reading of that incident, judging by the very small amount of footage we've seen so far?
It is always hard to make a judgment, even more with the of it, as you said. We can only go from what we have seen done yesterday and compare. We have seen that probably the car that has handled the bumps the smoothest is the WRX car due to its nature, well, with a softer suspension and a bit more travel. We have probably seen also that the car that the fastest on a completely different manner was Peter Zilli, which has a very hard car with high downforce, but they sort of solved their issues there, where he can maintain a very straight line through there without the car being disrupted too much, and that car's architecture is closer to the Lotus. Here we saw the car from, I'm going on a limb here, but we saw the car. The front sort of sticks to the place, but the rear sort of hops, leading him to lose control of the car. I would say there may be some softness on the rear, led to the bump, really leading the car astray there, but without the driver's say here, and hopefully we will still hear from Peter today. I won't go and make any bets. At the end of the day, it's just a shame that such a unique car, and one that both I love and my audience also loves a lot, has seen such a crash, and we'll still have to see the extent of the crash too. But plenty of question marks and not many confirmations from my side in any case.
All right, thank you, Rodrigo. Let's go to Colin in pit lane. Maybe some updates. What have you got, Colin?
I've been walking up and down the pit lane talking to various people. Saw Ernest Page. Ernest, Suzuki, are you having fun yet?
I'm having a great time, and Colin, I have to say, I'm not here for a fast time, I'm here for a good time, and that's exactly what we're here for. It's a 1.2 GLX 1.2 with 60 kilowatts. So for anybody that's wondering, it's not a Swift Sport. It's a 1.3 cylinder, and we're trying to go as fast as possible with this little girl over here.
Okay, so we know that Suzukis are really cool. It's a light car. What's the fuel consumption so far?
5.7 liters per 100. Doesn't matter what I do. I can put my foot flat and rev it all the way to the start line. I can go flat out up the hill, which we've been doing. 5.7 liters per 100. And we've had people come up to us that own these cars and say, you know what, I'm so glad to see this car. Yeah, I love my Suzuki. And that's what this exercise is about. I've always said that it doesn't matter what you drive, you can do track days, you can do gymkhanas, you can have fun with whatever car you have. There is, when it comes to the barrier to entry for motorsport, people think it's super high, but maybe use your own car, and this is one of those cars. And I've got people in Cape Town, Clint from CRA, who's got a Suzuki. He loves the fact that there's a Jimny going up the hill as well, and that's what this exercise is about, to show that you can take your car and take it up the hill.
Awesome stuff. Well, let's see if you can race it flat out and get it down to maybe 5.6.
We started on 5.6. I'm a little disappointed to say it went up to 5.7. I'm in the 104 second range now, so there's no ways I'm making the top 3 shootout in my class. So I think for the rest of the day, I'm just going to wave to the crowd and go as fast as I can.
I think the big thing is just seeing the smile on your face. It's all about having fun at this event.
Exactly. The first run that I did up the hill on the other day, I felt an immense sense of privilege. It's the second time doing the event. The first time was with Jaguar, and now with Suzuki, and it's just a privilege to be part of what is, in my mind, one of the most prestigious events on the calendar, something that as a spectator, as a competitor, you're privileged to be and watch and experience this, so I'm kind of just happy to be here.
Awesome. Ernest, have fun.
Thanks, Colin.
Carry on. I'll talk to Jeanette Koch, who's over here, looking in a mirror, doing the makeup. Jeanette, you doing the makeup?
Yes, hello.
Good.
Very good, can't complain.
So you got the yellow one.
Yes, I do.
What's your fuel consumption?
Oh man, who worries about fuel consumption when you're going up the hill?
Is this the sport one, so it's got a turbocharger?
Absolutely, yes. The 1.4 turbo, 103 kilowatts. Man, it's my baby. I call it Sunshine.
Sunshine, little ray of sunshine. Well, it's yellow. You're having, what's the most challenging part of the hill for you?
You know the challenging part, because I'm used to circuit racing. In circuit racing, you can follow someone. You can check out a line. You can see where they're braking. Ish. Here it's you, me, myself, and I. So I think the challenge is definitely the bridge, because yes, you need to grow a few ovaries there.
Can't you go flat out through there?
No, you suppose.
Come on, try it.
You flat out with the others, yes. There you're supposed not to brake, but just to lift off. So it's to find that sweet balance between lifting off and still keeping the car on the black stuff.
Always a good idea. Always nice when you can drive a race car home.
Absolutely, but just being here, I mean, yes, I think that you know the type of amount of money that's spent in the pit lane. And here we with a standard car, and I'm having so much fun. I'm at the Simola Hillclimb. No, it's phenomenal.
Awesome. Jeanette, good luck. Have fun.
Thank you.
and keep the sunshine shining.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks, Colin.
Cheers. Right, let's take a bit of a walk. We've got the chimney, which is, it's a chimney, and Anton Grenier. Anton, tire wraps and duct tape.
Yeah, it always works.
And how's the Subaru going?
No, it's going better. Yeah, I did know actually in this golf the best time of the weekend, but we've had problems with launch control. The launch control yesterday, I don't know if you heard it splattering. So the launch control was stuck. And then we had a wire that came loose from the fuel pump, my circulating pump, so then we didn't have fuel. So, but there's only two problems we've had. But at the moment, the car's, on song. And we're building up confidence.
I just want to check the wheels. You've got the gold wheels on.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because a Subaru has to have gold wheels.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Lovely.
No, it's we're getting there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting
Cool.
to us. Cheers. And then the world's fastest Honda wagon, because we know that we need to have Honda power. Lee Thompson's car, with the size of the turbocharger, it's absolutely magnificent. Carbon fiber for days, because we love carbon fiber. One has to have as much carbon fiber as possible. I want to have a word with Owen Bridger, who at one time, Owen, morning, fastest front-wheel drive car yet?
So far this morning, yes, still long, early days, eh?
What do you think your time can you get down to today?
Been at a 43, so I'm sure if you're starting here, we'll get to a 43.
Awesome.
I hope so.
Love the noise. The fact that you've got the pointing up like a chimney is just quite spectacular.
Yeah, I suppose it's get the exhaust gases out quickly. It was the shortest route, eh? Straight out the bonnet.
That's the blowing part of the sucking, squeezing, banging and blowing.
Yeah, that's it. That's what blows
Cool.
out.
Now, I was just checking. I just got to get my mind sorted out. And then Farouk Dangor, favourite of mine. Farouk, morning, how are you doing?
Morning, good, thank you. How are you, Hilton?
Absolutely wonderful to be here on the day of the crowning of the King, crowning day today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're here to celebrate the noise. How's the GTR going?
Car's going well. We had a little misfire. We shit it out this morning. It feels better. So the car feels good. I'm very positive today.
How's the driver feel?
Driver's 100%.
Awesome. Well, keep up the entertainment. Thank you very much. It's
Thank you, and we enjoyed it so much too.
How many hill climbs have you done so far?
I've done 5.
Awesome. 15th edition today, finals. It's quite an iconic moment.
Absolutely. And you remember Mohammed did about 5 of them, my son. And then I continued with the legacy.
Keep it going.
Thank you. Thanks, and have a nice day.
Thanks
Thank
for it. You too. Charlotte is somewhere around here because we love a porker. It's a full GT3 racing Porsche 911 GT3 R blah blah and all the letters in the world. A proper GT3 racing car for endurance. We should be getting going shortly. Mark Verrier's car, where is he? Here he is. Mr. Verrier, morning. Come and have a chat.
Can we rather chat after we find out if Peter's okay?
Yes, we can.
Please, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Please. I'm very concerned about him.
I think we all are concerned about him.
Let's chat after that. I'm
Okay.
I'm
No,
fearing.
respect. Let's. Have a quick word with Craig Zank. Craig, morning warm up. You happy with yesterday?
Yeah, we learnt a lot. So I suppose today's where it gets serious. Eh?
Yeah. And made any changes to the car?
Yeah, we made a few changes, but it's pretty much what it is. I've just got to ride with what we've got. That's it. So we know what it's doing. We know what we can expect, and now it's just to put it together. You got to put the lap together and make it count. That's it. We've got 4 runs. Let's make it count.
Awesome. Good luck. Have fun. Keep up the entertainment. Thank you. Leonard Archer's BMW, having a lot of fun. He's also in the car. Everybody's getting in the car. Let's see if we can talk to Peter Zeely. Peter, time for warm-up. You really on the got the speed from yesterday. How are you feeling about today?
No, I'm feeling quite positive. It's just sad about Peter, so no, I feel positive. I won't do anything now, it's just warm up, but thereafter we'll give it a stick.
It's going to be a fantastic fight. You've got the two-wheel drive that you've got, and Franco and Reggie with the four-wheel drives. And it's very interesting that you, from an acceleration launch point of view, you're right up there.
I'm not sure, but it'll be good if that's true. I don't know what their data says. Yeah, I think Davy and Franco overnight worked hard on their cars, so Franco's very positive, so things could heat up today.
The lightness and all your aero helps, particularly in Sector 2, the twisty bits. How fun is that to drive?
No, it's awesome. No, the car is absolutely fantastic. I think perhaps the times are a bit deceiving. The track is very dirty, Colin.
So there's a lot more time in the track.
I think so. I don't know about today, but on a good day when the track's clear and so on, yeah, I think there could be good times.
Awesome. Good luck. Thanks for chatting to us. Have fun. Be safe.
Thank you, Colin. Sure.
Wade van Zimmeren. Wade, you had some issues. Are you well this morning?
Yes, no, we sorted it out last night. We changed the rear diff, so today hopefully it goes better than yesterday.
Awesome. And there was an electrical issue as well?
Yes, it was an alternator, then it was a battery, but like we could find another battery, and now hopefully that's sorted also.
Awesome. Thanks for chatting to us. Good luck. Be fast, be safe.
Thanks.
Silvio Scribanti with Mark Stevens playing the tunes and making sure that it's all absolutely right. Silvio's car at the back. And let's move through the crowd here. Have a quick word with Aldo. Aldo, the Audi, looking good?
I think so. I think this morning we've made some changes, played a little bit with the timing, advancing. We went through the videos with Michael and the telemetry once over, picked up a few brake mark issues. And we're going to make adjustments now in the practice, get the eye set in, and I just want to get back, Colin, to where I was last year, and I'm a bit disappointed in that I'd never achieved that yesterday, and I was hoping today to work on bettering that, but we've got to work harder today.
Awesome. Good luck. Be fast, be safe.
Thank you very much.
So Martin van Zimmeren walking down there. Let's go up here and see if we can talk to Franco, who is just over here. I'm going to go slowly. Morning, Franco.
Yes, Colin.
It's a new day today.
It is indeed.
Car all sorted from last night?
Yeah, we had quite a few issues yesterday. We've ironed out, hopefully ironed out, and let's see if we can find some pace today, because definitely I think myself and old Hubert are stuck in a bit of a quandary at the moment, but we've got to get out of there. Been here before, we've got to climb out of this little hole we're in,
Awesome, mate. Everyone's talking, the track is looking really good. What sort of times do you think you can get to?
Well, like I say, I think today's going to be a 1.5:37. So that's where you've got to be. We're showing no signs of that yet, but that's where you've got to be.
Awesome. Good luck. Have fun. Be safe.
All right. Thanks, Colin.
Cheers. High 37s. Amazing how the times are coming down and down and down. Reggie is still not there. Johan Becker with your aerial over there. You learned something yesterday. Have a bit of fun.
Ja, ek het lekker van gehad. Ek het baie dinge geleer. Jy weet ons kom uit die off-road tyd, nou is dit so maar ek het baie dingetjies geleer.
Awesome. And you're really enjoying the car.
Heavy, baie. Dit is ek love it. Dit is lekker. Ongelukkig die clutch het gegaan gister. So die clutch vat net bietjie, maar ons het hom maar bietjie nus op die hiel. Tot bo.
Awesome. clutch has got some issues, but he'll fix it. And Simpiwe is somewhere here. Simpiwe, morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
All right, thanks. Casey, don't run away. Shy. He's 16 years old. Are you had some great fun yesterday? Are you still enjoying it?
I am. I still have a bit of issues with the car, but hopefully now they're fixed and then I can have a good run.
What were the problems with the car?
So at the last qualifying, my clutch was out, so I couldn't move, the gears weren't changing, and then the car kept cutting out as I was going up, so we're trying to figure out what was wrong. It kept saying oil pressure, but yeah, I'm still excited to be here and looking forward for the day.
I love that look on your face, the excitement. You're relatively new to motor racing, and just to see that you're living the life. You're having.
I really am. It's very exciting to be here, and just being able to drive up and come back. It's an achievement every single time you go up, because it's crazy up there.
That's awesome. Thanks a lot for chatting to us. Good luck. Be fast. Be safe.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, Simpiwe. And then the news. We'll have a quick word with Stuart Thompson to get the explanation of what happened with the Gould. We love the fact, Stuart, that you brought a proper car for Robbie to have a full-on go at the hill. What went wrong and what caused the car to stop?
Colin, in short, some debris got into the bell housing and damaged the crank pickup sensor and the trigger wheel. And we don't have any spares, so we found the problem last night, but unfortunately we're not in a position to fix it.
And that pickup, that sensor runs the timing of the engine, and so that the computer knows where the pistons are, so the pistons keep pissing.
Yeah, it's a bit simpler than you've described it, but in essence, yes.
Awesome. But you've still got the Formula One cars running.
Yeah, we have. So obviously we're putting our efforts into just both of the Formula One cars having a clean run at lunchtime.
Awesome. Thank you very much for chatting. Have fun.
You too, Colin.
Well, that's about it. That's a complete walk up and down the pit lane. Got to see as many people as we could, and I think that time to go back to the studio and we can maybe show you what the boys in the box will show you.
Thank you, Colin. We don't have any update. If you're just joining us now, Peter Hubert had an off going up the main straight going over the bumps. We don't have an update as to anything at present, but proceedings are halted at the moment, Clifford. There is, of course, concern. We just want to try and make sure that everything is okay. But just, watching the body language of a lot of the drivers, trying not to give too much away, but there you can feel an element of tension.
Yeah, I think it is pretty tense out there. Although, if you walk through the pits like Colin's just done now, there's so many different elements in that pit lane. There's people that are there just for the fun factor and just enjoying Simola. There's new drivers coming through, and then obviously the old experienced heads that have competed and done quite a few Simolas in their time. It's just so interesting to see the different characters, like you said, the different body language and how everyone copes with a massive event like Simola. Shout out to Ernest Page. Take my money now. I mean, fuel economy is definitely the most important thing when going up the hill in anger. But yeah, a lot of different body language. Also interesting with one of the comments that were made is that the track is very dirty. So that means the times are a little bit off. So, I mean, we saw Franco also reiterate that point, that it's not potentially there for a record breaking run today, but you've got to drive the conditions and make sure you're the fastest on the hill. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, Ernest Page is, that is just delight. Just amazing. 8 OEMs. That we have here this year, the likes of Suzuki, we've got MG, we've got BMW, we've got Mercedes, we've got Alfa Romeo, we've got Volkswagen, Opel as well. So it's just so I think significant and encouraging to see a lot of the OEMs just realizing how important it is to be part of Simola Hillclimb and also to go and test out their vehicles. I mean, it's just fantastic to see.
Exactly. I mean, there's a price point or a car that's in the pit there for every person. You don't have to have massive budgets, and like Suzuki were pointing out there, that you can just be there and have fun. But I feel, and I've said this before, and I feel like a broken record, but what wins on Sunday sells on Monday. But on the other side is also, it's so cool for people to be able to identify with the brands that are out there. I mean, I race a Suzuki GSXR, and I know that when Suzuki was involved with your Pinnacle two-wheeled events and that's the brand I'm shouting for, you know, because
Correct.
you want to see your brand do well, you want to identify, and you also want to sort of have your small piece of winning on a Sunday. So yeah, super cool to see, and there's a lot of different brands. Like, I mean, if you told me last year that there would be 2 MGs going up the hill, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah, I mean, that just been a great surprise. So we're at Full Track Red. That is a view of the magnificent Knysna Heads. And what a glorious day it is in terms of, I mean, just how picturesque that is. Blue sky, sunshine outside, but no track action at present due to an accident with Peter Hubert. No update on that, and I'm sure everyone is hoping for some good news. And of course, then we can continue with the on-track action. Our big celebrity this year, Johan Kristoffersson, broke the 40-second barrier. Unfortunately, hit the pool noodle on the way up through turn 1. So that time won't count. But first time he broke the 40-second barrier, and has promised to go up next time round just to entertain the crowd. Even although I must say he's been completely entertaining in every run he's done. What more can he do?
Yeah, I'll say, what has he got in store for us now? Because I don't know if I could handle it, but yeah, it's just interesting. I mean, we said yesterday that as he worked his way up the hill, he was experimenting with different lines. It seems like he's found the lines that work for him.
Yeah.
So I think once he slaps on some new tires, we will definitely see a faster time. We said there that I mean, his time was cancelled because he broke or he exceeded track limits and clipped the pool noodle. But you can also exceed track limits by running off on the wide side.
Correct.
Sasha, do you know how they would monitor that? Because that's down to interpretation. I know MotoGP, they can zoom in a million times and you can see the tire move over onto the green. But here it's a little bit different because there's a bit of dust, a bit of mud, there's a bit of debris. There's a lot of things that come into play there.
Just fantastic eyes.
Okay.
It's fantastic eyes. Of course, no race control do have various spotters, so you know, they can see whether or not there have been track limits exceeded. Okay, let's just show some of the replays of some of the cars that have gone up in this warm-up session this morning.
Inside the commentary box, but maybe next year he unfortunately hasn't been particularly well, but he's recovered. He's a warmer, but I think he stops. Audi R8 V10 had a lovely chat with that jet last night. This is
Earlier, I think you'd been watching our guest, Johan Kristoffersson, of how to try and get a car sideways. Johan, welcome. Not your first time to South Africa, but great to have you here. First time at Simola. Have you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, it's been, first of all, great to be back in South Africa, always treating us well, and yeah, it's a lovely country. A lot of very passionate fans about motorsport, which is always enjoyable. So yeah, first time at Simola. Yeah, what an amazing event. The atmosphere around here is really cool. And yeah, I was expecting a little bit more heat, to be honest, a little bit warmer coming from Sweden.
So were we.
Yeah,
so were we.
But no, other than that, I mean, the hill itself, the layout is really nice, very fast and flowing. Go up, you know, in a standard car first time just to see the layout, and it looks pretty, you know, not so complicated. But when you get there and there is some bumps and this and that, and some corners are opening, some are tightening, and it's really, really fast and flowing. So yeah, not an easy one, but very enjoyable.
That's so great to hear. The one thing that, you know, one doesn't get the perspective from the television is how steep the hill is. So can you just explain to those who are watching the severity of where the climb actually becomes quite steep?
Yeah, I mean, after the first like SS or the left-right, climbing up the hill there it's really steep, and then it flattens out a little bit through the left-hander, big climb again over a small crest, quite flat, and then you turn left and go through the last SS, and there it's really a steep hill, and I mean, some of the brakings, like particularly the first heavy braking going up the hill, it's really steep, and you kind of, from the speed you arrive there, you feel like you have to brake. But when it's so steep uphill, you can leave the braking so late that it's, yeah, it really stops the car. And then after, you know, when you're focusing on driving, we went there to take some photos, and we were stationary standing with the car, and then you saw, okay, it's really steep here. And then when you drive, you don't think about it that much for the first run, but then the drive back down to the paddock, then it's like, I'm going down forever, and it's like I must have been climbing so many meters within those 40 seconds yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, we watched you yesterday and you pieced the hill together, but your first run was quick. Everyone was quite surprised at how fast you could go right at the gate, but then from there you started piecing it together. But what's the mindset when you start your first run right up until the end of the day? Because obviously you put the puzzle together, but what's your process?
Yeah, so first, I mean, I did 2 runs in a rental car before, 2 days ago, just to see the layout, and then, you know, you try and work out your pace notes. So I put the distances on the straights, and then you try to gradient the corners from. I use everything from 1 up until 6+, and then it's 1+, 2-, and so on. And then you put the meters, you put the crests, you put if it's a late or early corner, if it opens, tightens, and then I try to memorize that. First run yesterday was okay run, but it was my first time in the electric car again since 2023.
Okay.
So it was some time and no shakedown on the car after sending it overseas. So it's always a bit, you hit 200 kilometers an hour and then you want to make sure the brakes is all right before you leave it to the last minute. So but it felt like a decent run. Second run was already much better than the first, and from there on I think I was within 1.5 tenths on the rest of the runs, but I was trying to find the limit in every corner, like working my way up the hill and see where the limit is. Did some changes overnight, and some late analysis yesterday night and some small tweaks this morning, and managed to, in the first run now, even that I hit one of the track markers, managed to break that 40 seconds, which was the target for the day. So now we have to set a new target.
Yeah, we were extremely excited, and then all of a sudden we got race control saying it was cancelled, unfortunately. Now, the difference between driving an electric car, we heard you chatting to Colin in the pit lane, but that it was amazing just listening to you and saying that sort of depth perception, the sense is so completely different because you don't have this rev that's going up.
Yeah. I mean, you have a little bit of the rev from the engine, but it's still so quiet. And if it revs 9,000 or 14,000, you don't really get that sound of a feeling like you get from internal combustion. And then, with the gears, you arrive at a corner and you go, you brake somewhere around here and you go down 2 gears, and you're there or thereabout. You just send it into the corner and sort it out afterwards. But with this car, it's you have to brake, and then everything turns quiet, and then the only sense of speed you get is through your vision, and that's quite difficult sometimes, especially in the beginning. It's I would say that's the biggest challenge with the electric car compared to internal combustion.
And then also, I mean, to us it looks unbelievably spectacular because you seem to be four-wheel drifting just about through every single corner. We know that probably not the fastest way, but it seems to be the fastest way for this vehicle.
I think you will always have a little bit of drift, but I think yesterday I was definitely way too sideways on many places to be the most efficient.
We liked it though, just by the way.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just that we tried to dial some of that out today, as the car didn't really handle as I would like to, and then I forced the car more than I would like to be really, really fast. But at the same time, when you're really confident, you can trust the front end of the car and you don't have to pitch it in that hard. So hopefully today I can get a really clean run, and the target is to beat my lovely teammate and my lovely Wilma time up here, which Petter did in free practice 3, I believe, 2023, which was a 39.84, I think.
Yeah,
so
we are rooting for you as well. No offense, we like Petter as well. But
and the car, the Wilma car is like a special place in my heart, so it feels tough to beat her. But she's a tough one to beat, and we will have to work really hard. You don't just rock up here with a new electric car and come and beat 11-year-old Wilma. That's not so easy.
Yeah, very special place in your heart. Tell us a little bit about Johan Kristoffersson now and what the future holds for yourself.
I mean, overall motorsport is in a quite tricky place. It's tough for budget-wise in all over the world. But managed to secure the 7 World Championships, which I'm very happy with. Had some amazing years within rallycross. Rallycross at the moment is also in a tricky place with introducing the electric, and then COVID, the Ukraine war was tough for Europe. So. Let's see what the future brings. Now there is mixed of internal combustion and electric car. We race against each other within the World Rallycross. So 2022 and 3 I drove this electric car. 24 I drove the sister of Wilma, a new built internal combustion car, and won the championship with that one. So season starts in 3 weeks. We are not already on the entry list, so we will see what happens with that, but the target is to go there. If it's going to be electric or internal combustion is yet to be known. I don't know myself. So future from there. I mean, if rallycross is slowly but steady building up to what it was 17, 18 when we were at Killarney racetrack, when rallycross was at its peak, in my opinion. I would love to stay there for a couple of more years. I mean, the most ever successful FIA World Rallycross World Championships is Sebastian Loeb with 9. So doesn't sound too long to get another 2 or 3, but if you're standing at 0 and get 3, then it's really, really difficult. So we will see if I will be able to get them. And then let's see, there is many other categories. I mean, I've done circuit racing, I've done rally. Rally raid is also an option. You know, Pikes Peak is another cool event. So let's see what the future brings. But I have a lovely partner back home, which is understanding enough, and 2 kids. So she lets me go for another few years. I'm happy to stay within motorsport.
Yeah, you need to definitely make hay while the sun shines and take advantage of that. First time at Simola, what do you think of the different array of cars that come out here and take to the hill?
I'm so impressed about all of the drivers and the cars to making it to go here, take the effort to go here and just enjoy this hill from every different level of drivers. And then I would have to say some of the top drivers, which is doing 38 seconds, is just unbelievable. It's so amazing cars, the power they have. They hit over 240 kph up the hill, and I know how powerful my car is, and to be able to go another 30 kph faster than that, it's just so impressive. So good drivers as well, and it's just lovely to see.
If you could pick one car from what you've seen in the pits there to go up the hill just for a fun ride and a spectacle, what would you take?
I think the green with the massive wings.
Yeah, the Sheriff. The Sheriff.
Yeah, that looks so cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
It's amazing, when that car first stepped out here at Simola. I think it was about five years ago. It just everybody sat there and went, well, what is that?
Yeah,
nobody knew that it was a Nissan GTR. You were like, who designed it? It's just quite incredible. Johan, have you ever considered, I would love to see you do Le Mans.
Yeah, I will. I did actually 24 hours of Nürburgring last year with Volkswagen, and I will do again this year. So 24-hour Le Mans is really, up on the list that it's a box that I would like to tick. We will see if the opportunity comes around. I will definitely take it.
Yeah, I think there's still many years of Johan Kristoffersson around.
Yeah. I hope so.
And it's just such a treat to have you here, and of course for Volkswagen to bring you out with this electric car. It is, that's why I'm asking for the speed perspective and just to understand. I mean, it's just so bizarre in the brain to sit and think, okay, you're going, but you don't really know. I should brake over here, but the brain, to train the brain is to unlearn from internal combustion engine and then learn how to drive electric cars. How was that transformation?
Yeah, it was a tricky one, and like I said, I think the most tricky was this, that you have to see everything through the windscreen, how fast you actually go, and then the internal combustion car we drove before switching to electric has ALS and all these systems to make no turbo lag, and it's extremely powerful, straight off the line at a very low RPM. So the instant torque is always there, but just the instant torque in a car like this is just amazing. And I haven't driven any rallycross car over the winter for some months. We were in an airfield a few weeks ago to do the first test of the rallycross car we drove last year, and we were playing around a little bit, just doing slow runs, and then it's okay, can you just take the car for a spin? And then the first acceleration, and you go through the gearbox, it's like you almost don't have time to think in between. You have to shift the gears. You just pull the gear lever as fast as you can, and same with the electric car. The first start you do is it feels like you leave your brain over there and you're already heading that direction. So but the thing with the body is that as a competitive person, you do the first 2 launches and you think they're absolutely great, and you feel like it's impossible to make it faster. And then after 2 launches, the third one, I get a little bit too much wheel spin here. You start to talk to the engineers, can we improve it? And then the body adapts so quickly and start to thinking about all the details.
Well, I tell you, what a treat to have you, Johan, and thanks very much for coming back to South Africa, and let's hope we get you here again.
Yeah, very happy to be here, and like I said, what an amazing event, and big thanks to all the fans around here for making this event so special.
Wonderful. Johan Kristoffersson, 7 times World Rallycross champion. And there is another beautiful shot of the Knysna heads. We're coming to you. It is the 15th edition of the Simola Hillclimb. Sitting with me, Clifford. No news update. We do have full track red at present, so no updates to bring to you. What a fascinating guy.
Yeah, incredible. And I mean, he's one of those guys that just wants to drive fast, and he'll drive anything fast. You know, like one of those guys that's just passionate about motorsport. And you know, if he sits here and is so calm and relaxed, but then when he climbs in the car, it's an absolute animal and it's going sideways everywhere.
And just also the way that he, you know, you asked, you know, the brilliant question of how does he map out, you know, how does he put the puzzle together?
Yeah.
And you know, every single probably meter.
Yeah.
Is worked out what he needs to do, how he needs to do it, where he needs to turn, what sort of speed. I mean, it's just so calculated.
Yeah, that's one of the things that really impresses me. And if you look at guys at different levels of racing, you know, you ask a guy that does a track day, he can't tell you where his braking marker is. And then most of the guys, as you get faster, you map it out. But that is precise to the inch, to the degree. I mean, he's talking about cambers and all sorts, and there's so much you can take into it. And it's like everything, you've got to know your product, and he knows the road and he knows his car. And I think that's the recipe to go as fast as he can. But yeah, next level, hey?
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's a 7 times world champion. Yeah, and it's just what a treat to have him here this year. We are expecting, I think, somebody else is going to come and join us just for a quick chat. I think we've still got Rodrigo from Hillclimb Monsters. Rodrigo, fascinating insights from Johan Kristoffersson. We may not have him at present. So if you're just tuning in, we did have an incident with Peter Hubert. The track is full course red at present. We don't have any updates to give to you at the moment. It's Clifford and myself, and I suppose, you know, the thing we can talk about is that no Robert Wolk. His car unfortunately has expired, so he won't be partaking. We also don't have Andre Bezuidenhout this year as well, and we can only reflect on the times that we've posted this morning, and of course the times yesterday, and everyone's sort of suggesting that if we go for King of the Hill, probably in the 37s. 37 seconds to go 1.9 kilometers up a hill is super fast.
Yeah, if you're looking at meters per second or how fast they cover ground, it's staggering figures. And you just think about if you were doing it in your rental car, because that's obviously when we all go faster, but to try and cover that ground and keep everything in check is mind-blowing. So yeah, it's staggering. And like we said, and we don't really know. I mean, I saw yesterday, but the climb itself and how steep it is also takes things into effect. So yeah, it's a massive challenge for any driver in any car. So yeah, been great. Also, when Colin was catching up with some of the guys in the pits, it's quite sad that, you know, guys have been able to, or have been forced to retire from the race. And I mean, one of our front runners, where we thought we'd see the fastest time of the weekend, has had to withdraw. But it's sad that they know what the problem is and they diagnose it so early, but they can't get spare parts down. And that, I mean, how do you try and prep for an event? You've got to basically bring 3 different types of or 3 full cars down to make one in case things go wrong. So it's cruel sometimes, because and that's how motorsport is sometimes, is that you can't prepare for everything and expect the unexpected, which makes it so tricky. So my heart goes out to them, because yeah, they've been fast the whole weekend. Everyone's been chasing them, but on a Sunday, it's just not meant to be.
Yeah, it's also just listening to Johan Kristoffersson and the way that he was sitting and going, and so much praise for all of our drivers, our South African drivers who are partaking and understanding what they're doing and putting the limit out there is also just, huge compliment to the character of drivers that we have out there. So I mean, everyone should be applauded for what they're achieving. And when you're getting the approval from a 7 times world champion, that definitely endorses what they're doing.
And races all over the world in so many different disciplines, and also impressed with what the guys bring out to race as well, because here it's from your Suzuki Swift right up to something as brutal as the Sheriff. It's crazy.
Yeah, from 60 kilowatts to who knows how many
Yeah,
kilowatts.
no one knows the figures, but they know. We know they know.
No one disclosing the figures. It is all very quiet in Simola at present. We are waiting for updates. There was an accident with Peter Hubert, but we don't have any news for you at present.
Lee Thompson came out the gate swinging, hey? I mean, if you look at our top 3, I mean, Anton Cronier said he was having issues with his car, and then hopefully they fix it. And that's also the other side, is that you've got to sort of wrap your mind around what could potentially go wrong and then get on and fix it. They've had 2 issues with their car over the weekend, but it seemed like it was going quite well this morning. And then Cash and Nike as well, also in the Lotus in your top 3. And then obviously Clint Weston 4th, but he always entertains the crowd. He's got the same mentality as Johan Kristoffersson with giving your sponsors on the side panels of your door some airtime.
Yeah, very, very impressive.
It's Saturday morning. Yesterday was Classic Car Friday. Today, King of the Hill. Today we separate the men from the boys. It's still early. The guys are busy with drivers briefing at the moment, and we're just going to go through and just see what Simola has to offer. But guys are expecting record crowds. Last year was a record, and they're expecting 30% more than that. So we're expecting pretty close to 20,000 people. It's going to be insane. The cars have been prepped. They're faster. We've done the parades. Thursday for Classic Car. Yesterday for all these guys parading through the streets. The cars on offer here are insane. There are tickets still available. There's charters where you can fly and get different angles of the King of the Hill and fly through with some of the runs. Simola has the most to offer as a spectacle, as an atmosphere, as a vibe for a racing and motorsport events in the country. You can't beat this. Today the action is going to be hot. We're running with practice sessions and the qualies, running tomorrow into the qualies and the final runs for the King of the Hill. Tomorrow King of the Hill will be crowned and all the big names are here. So stay tuned with us. Let's see what Simola has to offer.
Big monsters
seconds.
What have you got in there? There's going to be some sparks flying. In my opinion, I will give
All right.
Time to shine.
Final run of the day right here at Simola 15. Tomorrow, don't forget, we've got 3 more qualifying sessions, and then, of course, we get into the finals.
Oh.
4 wheels spinning there. I've heard whispers that this is in full tune, about a 1600 horsepower car. Rodrigo might know, but he won't tell us. Don't worry, we won't break your confidence there.
Significantly slower.
I had to disclose the car as a 1600 horsepower before. That was the name. That was the number that was revealed. Yeah, that was revealed to the press, and I really can't go against that.
Here we go. What's Franco got for us?
Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna. Are we gonna get it? Oh, there we go. 39.